Welcome, 7th graders, to your first real instructional flip classroom video. I'm super excited to start, and I hope you are as well. This slide you will see at the beginning of most videos. It says, don't forget, for better understanding, you can do the following. Rewatch this video a couple times. You could read the examples in the book. There is no order of options lesson, but this kind of starts off our lesson 1, 2, which we'll do tomorrow. So if you did want to look in the book, on 1, 2, that first page would be a good spot. You could also watch the personal tutor videos and resources in the online textbook, and you can find that on that class outline I gave you or on Moodle on how to get onto the online textbook. But let's get started for today for what we're going to look at tomorrow in class. So our target today is that I can simplify numeric expressions using the order of operations. Order of operations you should have heard before. Numeric expression is something that you will probably want to use in your vocabulary. Okay, so we're going to work on simplifying numeric expressions using order of operations. The order of operations you've seen before as PEMDAS. Some of you have remembered it as please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. If you're like me, way back when and way in the old days, I learned it as GEMDAS. Okay, the only reason I learned as GEMDAS was G stood for groupings, whereas we sometimes look at it as parentheses. So you may want to take some time, take some notes here, and write down what the order of operations is with this mnemonic device on the side. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, you can record, or just write what each one stands for. So P is for the parentheses, is the first step you're going to take. E is for exponents, which parentheses we know look like this with values in the middle. Exponents are that little number on the top. It's that little subscript. M stands for multiplication. And D stands for division. These two go in order from left to right. Similarly, with addition and subtraction, so those are partner operations, inverse operations. Those are also going to work in whichever you order you see them from left to right. Okay, and we'll look at some examples of how this should look once we actually see a numeric expression in front of us. We know the word numeric means number, and expression is kind of just like a number sentence. Like if you express something, you say it in a sentence. This right here is considered a numeric expression. What's happening in this numeric expression is that you're adding 2 and 3 and multiplying by 2. So what I like to do sometimes is make myself a checklist of the PEMDAS on the side. So I like to go P, E, M, D, A, S. While I'm getting used to using my order of operations, I like to have that there so that I can check it off as I go and I complete each step. So I look, is there any parentheses in this expression? I don't see any, so that step's really done because I didn't have to do anything. Are there exponents in this expression? I do not see any, so I check that off as done. Then I look for multiplication and division, and I look for these two from left to right. I see that we do have some multiplication, even though it's on the right, and the left here is addition, and that doesn't come till after the multiplication's done. So what I'm going to do is my 3 times 2, and I kind of funnel this down for 3 times 2 is 6, and I rewrite what I didn't use, and I bring that straight down. Because what you're going to end up creating is a nice funnel for your answer. So the multiplication part's done. There is no division. Then I look for my addition and subtraction, and I know there is now still that addition sign. So I do 2 plus 6 is then 8, and that's simplified because there's no other operations to do. And I'm done with that one. If you wanted to take a second, you could give this next one a try on your own. And when you push play again, I will be back and completing it as well. So if you want to take a second, you can do that. Just go ahead and pause me like I would do right there. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and get started. This time, I'm not going to write my checklist, but I am going to show you that I am going to solve this using that funnel system again, organizing my work and rewriting my steps. So I see no parentheses. I see no multiplication. I see no exponents, kind of jumped around there. I see no division. All that I have is some addition and subtraction. Though if I do have my order of operations listed, I might think that addition goes first, but I know that these go in order of left to right. So I'm actually just going to work just like I read left to right, and I'm going to simplify that way. 4 minus 3 I know is 1, and then I rewrite the rest of what I have. Notice making it smaller every time. And then I have my last step, 1 plus 4 is 5. Notice I went from 3 numbers to just 1 number, so I simplified. This next one's a little bit more challenging. Well, it looks a little bit more challenging, but it may not be. It just has a few more steps. So I'm going to write my order of operations acronym over here and use it to give myself a checklist. I do see that I have parentheses starting here to here. So I have to do everything on the inside of that first. What I notice though is that I have multiplication, addition, division, and subtraction in that parentheses. So then I have to use my order of operations to do what's in there. So since I have multiplication and division, I'm going to do this part first. 5 times 3 is 15. And I'm going to rewrite everything. I'm going to write that division sign like this just to help us out. And I'm going to rewrite my problem. And all of that, whatever I end up in the parentheses afterwards, I'll divide by 7. But I'm not quite to that point yet. From here, I have addition, division, and subtraction still. So I'm going to do my division next because I'm following my order of operations. So I rewrite everything other than what I'm working with. So 15 plus 4 divided by 2 is 2, minus 3 divided by 7. Notice, again, how this is becoming nice and smaller as we go. I still have some things going on here in my parentheses, so I'm still working on that step until everything in there is simplified. I did my multiplication, I did my division, now I have addition and subtraction left to right. So 15 plus 2 is 17 minus 3, and we'll divide that by 7 eventually. So I'm on to my last step here. 17 minus 3 is 14. And then finally, dividing that by 7, which I know is 2. So notice again, we have our nice funnel. We rewrote our steps. I didn't try to do it all in my head because I could have lost my place or done things out of order. So that's kind of a nice way to organize, which I'm going to expect you to do. In 7th grade, we definitely show our work a lot. So make sure you're keeping that in mind. This is a sheet that we'll see tomorrow. Might as well give the first one a try because we haven't seen any exponents yet. So we'll give this first one a try. And this is what we'll be working on in class tomorrow. So I use, maybe on your sheet when you get to class, you want to write your order of operations. That'd be awesome. You can use that as a checklist. So first in number 1 here, I don't see any parentheses. I do see an exponent here. I know that that's 5 squared. Something squared means a number times itself. So I'm going to do 5 times 5, which is really 25, and then rewrite my problem. And I'm going to write a dot for multiplication instead. So now I did my exponents. I see that I have multiplication, which should come next. So I have 25 plus, well, 8 times 6. What is that? That's going to be a 48. I did that by knowing 8 times 5 is 40, adding 8 more for 6. And then no division, and now I'm going to finish by adding these together, ending in a 3 and getting 72. 3. Anytime you see, and sometimes I won't point them out, anytime you guys see a mistake in a video, I would like it through the course of the year for you to let me know or maybe make a note of that. Because more often you can point out mistakes or point out things that are right or wrong, um, the better you understand if you can explain it. So again, um, some things you could do to make sure this order of operations, this PEMDAS, makes sense for you. Rewatch the video a couple times. Look in the book. Maybe go look in the index and look up order of operations. That's not a bad place to start either. And or just go online and go on that book. Couldn't really fit that in there. And do your best. And we will see you tomorrow.